What happens when an NFL star's own mother calls out his wife? Live for the world to see. In mid-2025, the internet froze because Travis Hunter's mom went public, and her words were sharp. She said his wife Lanny didn't love him. She said Lanny was trying to ruin his career. People couldn't believe it. This was the same mother who once sacrificed everything for her son, now standing against the woman he married, the woman she once smiled beside. Now she warned him, she's not the one. But that wasn't the end, because what came next shocked everyone. Travis Hunter responded, not with silence, not with peace, but with a choice that would split the internet in half. If you think fame and fortune protect athletes from family drama, this story will prove you wrong. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we'll follow the sacrifices, the rumors, the prenup talk, the public call out, and Travis Hunter's shocking response that no one saw coming. This is the untold story of Travis Hunter, his wife Lanny, and the mother who finally said what others were afraid to. From 2018 to 2021, one woman stood behind Travis Hunter like no one else. His mother, Ferrante Fanti Edmonds, gave up her own life for his dream. She skipped vacations, worked 2 jobs, and poured every dollar, every hour into his football future. While friends went out, she stayed home and watched game film. While others rested, she worked nights so Travis could rest. She wasn't just a mom. She was a coach, a cheerleader, a bodyguard, and a businesswoman. When college athletes were finally allowed to earn NIL money, she stepped in, helped with contracts, watched the numbers, kept the wrong people out. For Travis, she was more than support. She was his first manager, his protector. She didn't want thanks. She wanted to see her son win and stay safe doing it. But something started to change. The cheers grew quieter, the smiles grew shorter, and the trust that once felt unbreakable started to crack. Fanti noticed new voices around Travis, new people in charge, and one name kept coming up: Leanna Lanny Linnae. She wasn't just a girlfriend, she was becoming everything. And slowly, Fanti's role began to shrink. Her seat moved further from the field. Her calls went unanswered longer. Her advice was taken less and less. And in her heart, something didn't feel right. She had sacrificed so much, but now it felt like she was losing her place. So what changed after Travis fell in love with Lanny? By 2020, Travis Hunter wasn't just chasing football. He was chasing love. And he found it in Leanna Lanny Linnae. She wasn't just another fan. She became his person. Through games, classes, and long nights, she stayed close. By 2025, she became his wife. But the internet never stays silent. People started digging. Old clips popped up. One video from 2022, a simple kitchen clip, showed her cooking. Not strange until someone claimed she said it was for another man. It blew up. Trolls ran with it. Suddenly, Lanny was no longer just the wife. She was the one pulling the strings, controlling Travis, keeping him from his mom, changing the team around him. Online comments got cruel. Some said she was there for the fame. Some said she had plans. But Travis stood beside her. He didn't post angry messages. He just kept moving forward, with Lanny by his side. Still, the noise didn't stop, because behind the scenes, one man was paying close attention. Coach Deion Sanders, the legend, the mentor, the man Travis respected more than most. He had seen many athletes rise and fall, and now he saw Travis stepping into something deeper than football, a lifetime commitment. So before Travis signed a marriage license, Coach Prime gave him a warning, one that came not from hate, but from hard truth. So what advice did Deion Sanders give Travis before marriage? Before the wedding, Deion Sanders sat Travis down, not as a coach, but as a man who had lived through love and loss. Twice divorced, Deion knew how fast things could fall apart and how expensive it could be. His advice was clear: get a prenup. Not because he didn't believe in love, but because he had seen what money and marriage can do. He wanted Travis to be protected, just in case. But Travis Hunter shook his head. He didn't see danger. He saw Lanny, the girl who stood by him when he had nothing. The woman who didn't care about contracts or cameras. To him, trust meant not needing paperwork. So he brushed the idea aside. No prenup, just faith. To Deion, that was a red flag. To Travis, it was love. And at first, it worked. They smiled. They traveled. They posted happy moments. But then came the money, the real money, NFL money. And with it came agents, business talks, endorsements, new deals. And suddenly, every dollar mattered. Every decision carried weight. And that one choice, to skip the prenup, was no longer just about love. It was about risk. Because now there was something to lose. And everyone was watching. His mother, his fans, his teammates, all wondering, what happens when feelings meet finances? So what changed once Travis signed his massive rookie contract? In early 2025, Travis Hunter reached a dream. He signed his NFL rookie contract, worth $46 million, fully guaranteed. It was big. It was life-changing. He had made it, and the whole world knew it. But just days later, the headlines changed. A rumor exploded online. It claimed Lanny, his wife, had filed for divorce. Not just any divorce, but one seeking $40 million. People clicked, people shared. The post went viral in hours, comment sections filled with fire. Gold digger, planned it all. She waited for the bag. But there was one problem. It wasn't true. Snopes, the fact-checking site, stepped in. They found no court records, no legal filing, nothing official. The story was fake. But by then it didn't matter. Because the internet doesn't need proof. It just needs a headline. And once people believed it, everything Lanny did became suspicious. Every photo, every smile, every trip. The prenup talk came back. The kitchen video reappeared. The old whispers turned into a full-blown narrative. Now Lanny wasn't a wife. She was a villain. And even though no divorce papers existed, people were ready to write her out of Travis's story. Because sometimes one lie moves faster than the truth. And once it starts, every move becomes a scandal waiting to happen. So how did online gossip twist Lanny's every move into a public storm? In 2025, Lanny posted a TikTok that felt personal. She wasn't dancing. She wasn't showing off. She sat in soft light, eyes red, voice calm. She spoke about faith, struggles, and staying strong through tough times. It didn't mention Travis. Not once. But the internet didn't care. To fans already on edge, the video felt like proof. Proof of collapse, of drama, of things falling apart behind the scenes. The clip went viral, and with it came old videos. A clip debating her age gap with Travis. The kitchen video again, smiles from old vlogs, all twisted, clipped, and reshared. Now Lanny wasn't a woman of faith. She was a plotter, a planner. For critics, she wasn't a wife. She was a threat. A quiet danger pulling Travis away from football, away from family, away from the life fans thought he should live. And in that boiling noise, another voice stepped in. A voice with history, with emotion, with power. Ferrante Fanti Edmonds, Travis's mother, spoke up. And she didn't hold back. Her words weren't careful. They were sharp. She didn't just question the marriage. She warned her son. It wasn't just a mom venting. It was a public call-out. And it shook everything. So what exactly did Ferrante say about Lanny that set the internet on fire? It all came out on FaceTime. Mid-2025, the call wasn't meant for the world. But it didn't stay private for long. Ferrante Fanti Edmonds, Travis Hunter's mother, had reached her limit. And on that screen, she said the words that would shake everything. "Your wife hates you," she told him. "She'll wreck your career." No sugarcoating, no filters, just a mother's fear spilled out in real time. And somehow, screenshots and quotes from that call leaked. They spread like fire. Sports media picked it up. Podcasts, TikTok, ESPN segments. Everyone had something to say. The headlines were brutal. NFL star's mom turns on wife. Family fallout hits Travis Hunter. But deeper than the noise was the pain. This wasn't just gossip. This was a mom fighting for her place. A mom who believed something was wrong. She had sacrificed everything to build his dream. Now she believed someone else could tear it all down. She didn't whisper behind closed doors. She didn't hide her anger. She took her fears straight to her son. And in doing so, she forced a moment no son ever wants. Choose between the woman who raised him and the woman he married. But the real shock wasn't what Fanti said. It was what Travis did next. Because when family and love collide, there's no playbook, no easy answer, only fallout. And Travis's response? It would split fans, media, and even his teammates. So how did Travis Hunter respond when forced to choose between his mother and his wife? After the call leaked, all eyes turned to Travis Hunter. Would he speak? Would he stay silent? He didn't wait long. In a simple but powerful post, Travis sided with Lanny. Publicly, he told the world, "My wife's name is being dragged. That's not okay." He asked his mother to step back. He defended Lanny as loyal, loving, and wrongly judged. And then, he did something no one expected. He wiped his social media clean. No more wedding pictures, no family throwbacks, no sideline smiles, just silence. But silence can scream, and fans started to panic. Some praised him. They said he was a real man, standing by his wife, that he drew a line to protect his home. But others weren't so sure. They warned that sometimes love can blind you. They said he was cutting out the one person who always had his back, his mom. The debates got louder. Some compared it to Patrick Mahomes' family drama. Others said it felt like Antonio Brown's chaos when fame moved faster than sense. But no matter the side, one thing was clear. Travis had drawn his line, and now both women in his life were on opposite ends of it. Still, the biggest question was never answered. Was mom right, and Travis just refusing to see it? Or was this just a storm made louder by gossip and timelines? Because sometimes family drama gets twisted into something bigger. So what's the secret truth behind this so-called divorce scandal? Here's the truth most people missed. There is no divorce filing, no court record, no legal battle. The so-called $40 million divorce never happened. It was a rumor, a fast one, but still just a rumor. By late 2025, Travis Hunter and Lanny are still married, still seen together, still posting now and then. Even after all the memes, the comments, the hate, they stayed standing. So what happened? The drama wasn't about courts. It was about perception, about how fast the internet turns a small spark into a wildfire. The truth is, there was no paperwork, but there was pain, not in documents, but in the space between a mother and a wife. And in the middle stood Travis, one of the NFL's brightest stars, stuck between two forces pulling hard. The woman who raised him, and the woman he chose. It wasn't about guilt or innocence. It was about trust, about whose voice he believed. And once the public picked sides, it didn't matter what was real, because perception can shape a career, just like performance. And when your personal life becomes national news, even talent can be overshadowed. So while there's no divorce, there is damage to his image, to his focus, to how teams, fans, and brands might view him moving forward. So the question now isn't about love, it's about legacy. What does this storm reveal about Travis Hunter's future in the NFL? This was never about a divorce. The real scandal, it was distraction. A storm of voices, screenshots, and whispers, all pulling Travis Hunter away from the game he loves. The truth is, his biggest opponent isn't on the field. It's not a cornerback. It's not a linebacker. It's the battle between loyalty and legacy, between blood and bond. His career now faces a test harder than any Super Bowl. Not from defenses, but from family drama, from the pressure of choosing sides, from living life under a spotlight that never turns off. Because in the world of money and fame, you can build empires. You can sign million-dollar deals. You can wear the gold chains. But one rumor, one viral moment can tear it all down. At the heart of it all, a mother who gave up everything, a wife being blamed for too much, and a son trying to stand tall in the middle. This wasn't the scandal fans expected. There were no court dates, no settlements, no official breakups. What they got instead was a loyalty test. And no matter who you root for, someone walks away, hurt. So now we're left with one final question. Not about guilt, not about fame, but about duty. In moments like this, who should an athlete protect first? His career, his family, or his love? Because in the NFL, every decision has weight, and not all battles are won on the field. Travis Hunter's response shocked fans around the world. He didn't stay quiet. He didn't run. He stood by his wife, even when it meant pushing back against his own mother. It was bold. It was public. And it was a choice that may follow him for the rest of his career. But this story, it's not over. Because families don't break in one day. And loyalty isn't always simple. Rumors may fade, but choices become part of a person's legacy. And now, every touchdown, every contract, every moment under the spotlight will carry a shadow from this storm. Was it the right decision or the wrong one? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, Travis Hunter isn't just fighting on the field anymore. He's fighting for his peace, his name, and the people he loves. If you want more stories like this, where sports, fame, and family collide, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who still believes in the human side of fame. And now, the big question. Do you think Travis was right to defend his wife? Or should he have listened to his mom? Let us know in the comments. The story is yours now.